the 5th day in the van, 6th day in the van. We had 2 nights at Blue Mountain, 1 night in Port Macquarie, 2 nights in Coffs Harbour. So day 6, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're on the way to BYRON today. So we had 2 nights at Coffs Harbour. Really enjoyed that campsite, and it actually got really quiet once the kids had gone back to school. So it was really nice and peaceful there. Had everything we needed. We could fill up our water bottles and stuff. So originally, when we got the van, we just bought like 4 big bottles of water. And we've kept hold of the bottles, and then we just keep refilling those and using those. I did buy the bottle in Cotton On when we were in Sydney so that I could keep refilling this too, but it just means that we've got extra bottles of water and we're not having to like constantly be going to the tap to fill up that. And now we've got a 2.5 hour drive up to BYRON, but we're going to stop halfway for a McDonald's coffee because the McDonald's cappuccino yesterday just hit different and we both really enjoyed them, so we thought we'll just go back and get another one. And I think there'll probably be a service centre like halfway that we can go to. If there's a tourist drive, you know we're going to be doing it. We're going to aim to get to BYRON as quick as possible though, because we really want to maximise our time there. So we're aiming to get there at the moment at, let me have a little look. Closed the map by accident. So we've got about an hour 58, and we're aiming to get there at about 12:55, and we can't check into the campsite until 2, so that means we've got a spare hour. So that hour can kind of be like detouring now, or we can do like get to BYRON earlier and park somewhere. James is going like this, so I think he means sightseeing. But we're going to try and like literally park the van, like hook it all up, and then we're going to go and explore and see what we can find and see what we can do. I don't know, do you want dinner in the camper tonight or do you want dinner out? We've had dinner in the camper for 6 nights now. Out. Yeah, we'll go find somewhere. Everyone that we've spoken to so far has said the food in BYRON's really good and it's like a really great place to be. So I think we're going to love it, and I think we're going to really just enjoy being there. But I might quickly put an Instagram poll up and just see if anyone has any like good recommendations for BYRON. I know 95% of the UK will be asleep because it's currently like 2 AM there, but I do have a lot of Aussie followers, I've found out, which is really strange. I didn't know that, but I have a lot of you, so hopefully someone can give us some recommendations, although it's just started raining, so yay. We ended up in Yamba, which is like a cute little town. I'll be honest, a lot of people told us to stop there, and like a lot of things online said it was really cute. It is really cute. All I'll say is it's not very easy to park a camper there to like see anything. Just had a nice little lunch, had a coffee, relaxed, went to a couple of shops, and then back on the road again. I actually bought myself some cute little jewellery, so I got 2 little rings and a little bracelet. It was Mbella, I think it was called. I'll leave a link down below because they had a website. But it was really nice to stop there, and then we found a tourist drive. You know us, we love our tourist drives, and it goes from Ballina up to BYRON and like through BYRON. So we're just on that at the moment, and it's quite cute. Like it's gone through the Ballina town, which is really pretty, and there's been like a few little bits of scenery that are good. We haven't stopped yet, but there has been a few stop points that you could have stopped at. So I do recommend doing this little tourist route. I think it's like number 50. I think it was 30, but really good if you want to see more of the coast rather than just sitting on the Pacific Highway, because it's convenient, but it's not necessarily the most beautiful way to travel up the coast. So yeah, it's taken us a while longer than expected. We left at 9, we should have been in BYRON by 11, but we've done our detours, so we're going to be there at 3. We're going to literally park up, ditch the van, and then just head out into BYRON to go on a walk or sightseeing or something. We're going to do something when we get there. Oh look, lighthouse. Should we go to the lighthouse?
Do you want it?
Yeah, why not? Surfing, beaches and lighthouse. Oh. This is the best part about like having the bus, I think, like the van, whatever you want to call it. I've called it about 60 different things, but you can literally just decide to like go off the road to like a beach, and a lot of the signposts are almost like tailored to the fact that people travel, so it's quite nice because they know that you're going to want to see viewpoints and stuff, so everything's just signposted really easily.
That's signpost brown.
Pardon?
Signpost.
The signposts are brown. What do you mean?
The tourist ones.
The tourist signposts are brown, apparently, James said. I didn't notice that, but we're on our way to a lighthouse, I think. Look at the sea over these houses. So the lighthouse is just through there. I don't know if you can see it. It's very teeny tiny. See a little lighthouse. You can't even see it. There you go. Tiny little lighthouse. And then there's a viewpoint here which we're going to attempt to park and look at if we can, because it's a little viewpoint, but we'll see. But you can see the sea over here. Okay, remember I said that we keep stopping in random places. We did boycott the lighthouse because it was like this big, but we've come around the corner to a beach called Shelley Beach, also in Ballina, so it's literally like 2 seconds around the corner. You have to go past it, and it looks really nice. There's lots of rocks, it looks very beautiful. So we're gonna have a little stretch of our legs because we've been in the car for a long time, slash also stopped off for coffee and stuff, but we've been in the car a really long time, so I guess it's time to go out and have a little walkie. Should we bring the disposable, because we haven't got any disposables for a while. I will leave this linked because this is my best purchase to date. I actually did stock up on some more film while we're here, so we've got one roll in that's got like 22 pictures on it, so we've maybe got like 10 left, and then we have 2 more rolls after this for the rest of our trip. Let's do this. There's sand crabs again. Bloody sand crabs, they're everywhere. But this beach is beautiful. This is Shelley Beach. Shelley Beach, if you can even hear me, a really nice like stop off just past Ballina, and really good if you want somewhere really quiet. And there's a lot of parking, like, well, there's like 4 or 5 parking bits that we've gone past, which is obviously handy if you've got a camper or just a car or whatever. But really quiet, really nice. Really recommend. Not so much the lighthouse, but definitely the beach. See me, but we are in Loft in Byron Bay. We made it. We're here. We've come out for cocktails to apparently a really good cocktail bar, and then we're going for dinner at a place called Daughter-in-Law. So we're going to have a night of eating and drinking, to be honest, and I can't bloody wait. We've been cooking in the van and drinking the same bottle of wine for like 5 days now, so it's nice to be out and about, like somewhere else, isn't it? Isn't it nice to be sat somewhere with like not making our own wine and food? Average food at best.
Take it away, feeling too good to me.
You can absolutely thank James for the fact there was any kind of vlog in the last 2 days. Wow, you are loud. The whole of yesterday I kept forgetting to vlog and James kept reminding me, so we can thank him for the fact there was anything. But last night we headed into Byron. We're staying about 5 minutes out, so it's literally just down this road. We went to a place called Loft, and then we went to Daughter-in-Law. So Loft is like a really cool place to go if you want more like seafood stuff, but we just went for cocktails. And then we headed over to Daughter-in-Law for like this, it's like an Indian Aussie like thing, but it was really, really good and I really enjoyed it. It was a nice like relaxed atmosphere. And as we're walking, I've just spotted there's a market, so do we go there instead? Because that looks fun. Should we have a little look around? Oh, were you pointing over there? It looks really good. So we've just spotted there's a market on Thursdays at 7 till 11 and it's 9, so we're gonna go and have a little look. And these parrots are very loud. I'm not gonna lie, that farmer's market was like the coolest thing ever. So we ended up getting one of the little tote bags, which was like £1 or something, and just filled it up with some goodies. So we got some ladyfinger bananas, which are like this, but they're really sweet. So the guy said that he's like grown them all, whatever, like basically gave us 2 that were like to eat now, so we've eaten them, and then like a few that we can just have on toast and stuff over the week. But they are so sweet, and it's really weird because I would say a banana is not like the sweetest thing ever. They've got quite like a sweet taste, but they're not like too sweet. These literally taste like they've been grown in caramel. They're so sweet. And then we just got like a little courgette, a pepper, etc. And then we picked up some of these, which are chocolate macadamia nuts. So we got white milk and dark chocolate in there. James isn't a big fan of the dark, so I think I'm going to be having all of those, but they're so good. And it was just like a really nice little market, an organic vibe, but it was really cool. There was music there was loads of coffee and like matcha ice cream and cakes and everything. It was just really nice. And we did say we wish we could get some of the honeys and stuff, because it would have been really nice to have like honey and jam and things, but we can't take them into New Zealand or take them home really, so we didn't get any of that. But we've popped back to the van to drop off the bag. James wants to change because it's got really warm and we didn't think it would, and then we're going to head out and go get some brunch because it's currently 10. Oh, it's only 10 o'clock. I thought it was like 12 by now. Oh my god, it's so early. Well, we're gonna get brunch. Byron is a bit of me, guys. I think I'm obsessed and I think I want to live here forever. It's so cool. I can't believe we've been in Australia for like 10 days now, and this is the first day I've realised I haven't said, oh no, Cleo, the condensation. Oh no, it's, oh no, Emma, the condensation. I just said it to James a minute ago and was like actually shook that it took me this long to think of it. But we're on Byron Beach, guys. We're on bloody Byron, and it's beautiful. Like across the beach is actually the most stunning thing I think I've ever seen. Like all the mountains and stuff, it's just beautiful. So we're gonna have a little stroll around. We had a really good breakfast this morning at a place called Bayleaf, which when we Googled was like the top rated anyway, but we went into a shop and this woman suggested it as like the best place to get coffee. And not gonna lie, the coffee was amazing. And he said it was actually coffee that's from the Gold Coast, like this little place just outside of Surfers Paradise. So I might try and see if we can get some when we're there. From that area, like maybe not that exact one because I can't remember the name of it, but see if we can get like a something. Like, oh, we should try and get Nespresso pods of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so good. We did say we want to try and take back some Aussie coffee in Nespresso pods and just like fill up our suitcase. But yeah, Byron is my favourite place. James has already been taking pictures, by far. James has already been taking pictures of all the real estate posters, and I was like, we need to live here, and he was like, you know, just for inspo for the places we're going to buy in the future. So it's going straight on the vision board, not gonna lie. We're going to manifest it. And I said, even if it's not us, our future child can just move here, and then we will just take up permanent residence in a villa next door / like their house. We'll put funds in to make sure that they have to let us come and stay. But Byron is literally stunning. I'm obsessed. This is my favourite place I've been so far. Although I do have a stonking headache today, which I think is from the fact that I've scraped my hair back too tight. Like my head is literally so sore, I've had to loosen my hair up, and I'm half tempted to just go and like grab some water and just like salt it. But what? Yeah, I know. Stunning. Sorry, James is telling me I have to show you the view. James is like my creative director this vlog series. No, it is stunning. All the houses are amazing and I really want one. And we figured if it's like £1 million, then like $1 million, then it's only 500,000, which is not bad in my books. Not bad at all. Considering where we live, that's like a 2 up, 2 down house. And we could live in Byron Bay on the beach with a great view and a swimming pool. We've come back into Byron for breakfast and it has been absolutely chucking it down. So we've got the van, it's just like over there. Technically not supposed to park there, I don't think, it's such a big van, but I'll be honest, that's the one part of Byron that has been a bit annoying, is there's not really anywhere you can park the van that isn't like on the campsite. But yeah, the 7-metre thing is proving to be a little bit tricky sometimes. It's not the worst thing, and I would also rather have the space for like sleeping and stuff, but for parking in Byron it's been a bit of a pain. So we've parked alongside the beach. It was about $5 an hour, which is like £2.70 or something, so it's not that bad. And I mean, you're in central Byron, so it's fine. And we tried to go to a place called Combi for breakfast, but the staff were really rude, so I wouldn't recommend. It's highly raved about for the food, but they were just a bit rude, and they, in like 10 minutes I stood there, they didn't even come over and acknowledge us being there. So we ended up going to a place called Dip, which was actually really nice. And now we're going for our last little wander down the beach before we head to the Gold Coast. We've arrived at the Gold Coast, so we are officially at the Gold Coast. We're staying at Main Beach Tourist Park, which is just off of the main beach, obviously, as it says on the tin. I'll be honest, there was not the most availability ever because it's a Friday and Saturday that we're staying. It is out of season, but I think this is quite a popular one because it's literally on the beach. But it was about, I think, $190 for 2 nights, which works out as being roughly like £110-ish or something. So not too far off the other ones, but a little bit more expensive. But the only plots they had available was the ensuite one, so we have got a toilet and shower in there, which is kind of a good thing because it means we can save the water on the bus and we don't have to keep emptying it and all that kind of thing. Bus, I keep saying bus, it's a van, but it's blooming huge, so I keep calling it the bus. But it means that we don't have to like keep using the toilet on board and like the shower and stuff. We can actually like have a proper big shower rather than being like stingy with our water allowance and stuff. So kind of a benefit. But we didn't realise how huge the Gold Coast is and how like it takes forever to get anywhere. We didn't realise until this morning when we were booking the like place here. So I just found a place to go tonight, which is Sky Point. It's about a 45-minute walk from where we are, which I thought we could either walk there and then Uber back or find a bus or something, I don't know, but I don't mind having a walk because we've been in the van all day. And it's $31 entry, and apparently there's like a bar at the top where you can have some food and stuff if you want to, but you obviously don't have to. And I thought it could be quite nice for sunset, which is in about, it's 4 o'clock now, so sunset's in about an hour and a half, which might be a really good time to be up there. So we've just got here. James, bless his heart, has just had to plug in everything by himself because I've been looking up things to do. But it feels like on the Gold Coast a lot of the things to do are like expensive things, so like climbing the Sky Point, skydiving, like jet ski tours, that kind of stuff. Or there is like distillery tours and stuff. And there's a place called Tambourine Mountain, like Tambourine National Park, where they have like glowworm tours and like skywalks through the jungle and stuff, through the rainforest and stuff. So I think that's potentially a tomorrow thing. And there's also Ocean Way, which is basically a walk from where we are, like a little bit further on from where we are, all the way to the other end of the Gold Coast. Apparently it's like 34 kilometres. Wouldn't be doing the entire thing, but we thought it might be quite nice in the morning to do like a bit of it, go into like Surfers Paradise, have a little look around and stuff, spend the morning there and then come back. But it is blue skies, which makes me think we're going to have a beautiful sunset, so I kind of want to do Sky Point tonight because I think it's just going to be stunning. But yeah, I'm going to see what James thinks in a minute and we might do that. But as we parked up, I've got the Summersby out, which is the best cider ever. Weirdly, we were both just craving cider yesterday. Like, we looked at each other and I was like, oh, I'm really craving a cider, and James was like, oh my god, I was thinking the same thing. So we got some cider. And we haven't had lunch, so I'm a bit peckish, but we did have quite a large breakfast this morning. But yeah, I'm going to see what he wants to do and I will check back in. Good morning. It's actually about it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. We've just got all the curtains shut because it's so sunny outside that we were eating breakfast and like, so we've kept everything closed. And we've also kept the bed out, which we don't normally do. We normally put it away every morning, but we thought, you know what, screw it today. Like, we don't need to do it. We're staying here again tonight. It's fine. We'll just keep the bed out. And we've got the external bathroom as well, so it makes it a bit easier because we can like get changed and stuff in there, and we don't necessarily need the space here. But today is our first like full day on the Gold Coast. So yesterday we did a long walk down the beach, we went to Sky Point, and then like got the train back. I actually got shouted at by an old man on the bus because we didn't realise that you had to use, like on the Google like directions thing, it just said that you needed like contactless. That's not true. In the Gold Coast you need a specific card to use the bus. It was called a gold card or something, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was called, and he said you have to get it from like the, I can't remember what it was. Look into it is all I'm going to say, because I don't know the full ins and outs. But it's a bit annoying. So when we got on, the guy obviously realised that, for one, we're British, and he obviously realised that we had no idea what was going on. I literally tried to use my contactless card, so he was like, look, I know you're not from here, like don't worry about it, just get on, like it's late, whatever. And then as we were getting, well, as this other person was getting off the bus, this old man was like, pay for your bus next time, like blah blah, and started getting really angry with us. But the bus driver defended us and was like, look, they're not from here, they didn't know, like most of the locals don't even pay for the bus, so like let's not have a go at them. And yeah, this old man was just really rude. It wasn't nice. But the bus driver said like, huh?
Well, not even looking at.
Yeah, didn't even look at us. But the bus driver just said, look, the locals don't even pay, but like for future reference, like I know you didn't mean to not pay, so like just, this is how you get it. Because online it literally just says you can contactless pay, so we just assumed like with everything else you just tap it. Like in Sydney, to get on and off the trains, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last vlog, but you literally just like tap your contactless card, the same as you would with the tube in London. So we just kind of thought it would be the same. But today we're heading to Movie World because we looked up things to do in the Gold Coast, and it was like skydiving, like jet ski things. It was all really expensive things to do, and we just thought, you know what, we've seen so many beaches in the last few days, and we've done so much of the same. Like we've got into the routine of like having coffee and breakfast somewhere, and like wandering around and cooking in the van and like all this stuff. So we thought, let's just go and have some fun. So today we're heading to Movie World, which is apparently, it's like, I've had a DM from someone saying it's kind of like a mini Disney World, in terms of like it's really fun, it's a bit like Universal, and it's the biggest, like best theme park in Australia apparently, and some of the best rides in the world supposedly. So we're gonna go do that for the day and just have a nice day in the sunshine because it's beautiful today. Like I cannot see, in my little slit of window that I can see out of, I can't see a single cloud. There's a couple over there, but like very small. So we're gonna have a nice little day in the theme park, which is gonna be so much fun. And then we're gonna come back and cook here later, I think. But the theme park shuts at 5 because everything gets dark here at 5 o'clock, which is blowing my mind because you would assume it would be like 10 PM, but it's 5. So I feel like we're in winter back home because it's 5 PM that everything's dark. But apparently that's like a year-round thing here, which I didn't realise. Like apparently year-round it doesn't get dark late here. But yeah, we're gonna go to a theme park and have some fun. We've like fully slathered ourselves in SPF 50, which we have done every day to be fair, but like extra today just because it is so sunny. That's funny. Frozen Coke is go. So we've ended up in the Movie World, as I said. It's a beautiful day. We're just going on all the rides, drinking frozen cola and enjoying ourselves and eating all the theme park food. And it's actually been quite nice to make a change of what we've been doing for the rest of the time we've been here, to do like something a little bit different, but loving it. Just very self-conscious vlogging in public with lots of people around. That was very fun and I am very dishevelled, but so good. We're trying to decide what to do, but we're both really tired, so we need coffee, and everywhere for coffee seems to be shut apart from McDonald's. And the closest McDonald's to the Marketta, which is where we want to go, is about a 25-minute walk. So we're trying to decide whether we're tired enough that coffee will perk us up, or whether we're too tired. I'm thinking we can do it. Yeah. And then we go to the Marketta, have something to eat, and then we can head home by like 10. Because the market opens at 7, so we can have like a couple of hours there. The market opens at 7.
It's at 5.
Is it 5 or 7? I can't remember. Maybe it's 5. Am I wrong? Am I lying? Hold on.
Opens at 5.
Oh, I'm lying. Opens at 5. Yeah, so then we can be home by 8. Watch maths on our little TV because we did buy a HDMI cable specifically to watch Marketta. I'm embarrassed for myself. And then, does that work?
Yes, let's do this.
And then we'll Uber back up again, because we found out Uber works it, so it saved the bus saga. A little bit more expensive, but we just don't know where to get the bus passes from. It's very warm. It's 24 degrees, but it's very, very dry, like no wind kind of heat. No, you got coffee at 5 PM and decided to walk down the beach with the most insane views ever. There is actually a rainbow over here. Can you see it? There. I was trying to avoid getting James in, but it's beautiful, and we decided to just get a coffee and walk down the beach in our Converse. Not the wisest move on that part because it's really soft sand, but we're down Miami end of the Gold Coast at the moment. We just got dropped to McDonald's so that we could get coffee, and we're going to go to the market, which opens in about, I think, 30 minutes. So we're going to finish these, get some energy, and then we're going to go try some of the food there, because I've heard from a lot of people that it's amazing, and it's also one of the places that everyone recommends to go and see. So we're going to do that, but it's just stunning, so stunning. I hope I've done justice in the vlogs so far of Australia, because I found it really difficult to vlog and do TikToks and do Instagram and story and also live in the moment, and like there's so many work parts, like there's so many moving parts to my job, but then also there's so many like things I want to experience without having to get the camera out, so it's a bit of a tricky one, but I'm trying my hardest. And I'm also aware that my eyebrows look like a situation today, but that's just something we're going with, because I didn't fully take the oil out of my eyebrows before doing my eyebrows, which is why they look like this. We ended up in the market, and it's so cool. So there's a lot of little, like, James's cider. There's all the like street food vendors. There's various different foods. There's like halloumi stuff, there's Indian food, there's spaghetti, there's crepes, there's rolled ice cream, like, there's literally everything. And there's also bars, there's live music, and it's really cool. It just seems like a really nice place to come if you lived here. But also if you just want like a different experience. Kind of reminds me of a more like Oz version of like Box Park, like less London, but more like that kind of vibe, you know, like the music and the stalls and stuff. But I feel very dishevelled, but it's fine because we're in Australia and that's everything goes here. I do look like a, I look like Hagrid's been dragged through a bush and then dumped on the beach. James is going like this with his keys. But we're having a wine. James has got a cider, as you've just seen, and we're going to just sit and enjoy being out on a Saturday night for a change, and not just sat in our van, because we've been sat in our van most evenings. It's actually quite nice to be out. Good morning. It's the last morning in the Gold Coast. It's very bright. Before we head to Brisbane for our last 2 nights in the van. Is that right? Is that right? It's the 23rd today. We leave on the 25th. Yeah, last 2 nights. Wow, we've made it. 12 nights. I've loved every second. I think it's been great. We've had so much fun. Like, we've genuinely, I don't think ever laughed as hard as trying to make that bed every night. Like, it's been so funny, and so it's just been great. We've got our last full morning here in the Gold Coast, so we're going to go for a walk now to a coffee shop called Other People's Money, which we're at the top of Main Beach. I actually can't see. We're at the top of Main Beach, and it's a little bit further up, but we thought we'd go for a slightly different view because we've seen obviously Surfers Paradise and stuff, but we wanted to go that way and see what's around. And then we're heading over to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, which is the oldest and first koala sanctuary, and apparently it's the best thing ever. I've had so many people recommend it, so we thought we'd book that. And we also did pay the extra to do a koala cuddle, because I mean, if you're going to see a koala, you might as well cuddle a koala too. So we paid a little bit extra to do that because we just thought that would be a great time. And I think in total it came to like £45 each ish, I think. I can't remember. I think it was 45 on my Monzo, but yeah, we're gonna quickly go for a walk. So I've just chucked on my little green Adenola set. I'm gonna put on some sunnies. I'm not bothering to dry my hair because I should have just moved this way in the first place. I'm not gonna bother drying my hair or doing makeup or anything because we're literally just going to get coffee. And I feel like no one here ever dries their hair in the morning. Like, every time we've gone for a morning walk, everyone's got wet hair, everyone's in flip-flops, everyone's just like chill. So I'm just gonna be a local, and I'm gonna put on my very creased linen shirt, and we're gonna go for a walk to the coffee shop. We're at Lone Pine and it's a lot smaller than we expected. So we've seen everything. We're just waiting for our little like koala cuddle and trying to decide whether to go to Brisbane or not. And we think we're going to bypass it. And we're trying to decide whether to, well, this basically is dependent on the campsite that we've booked letting us cancel one of the nights. But we're going to see if we can maybe go up to the Sunshine Coast instead. And then just like literally lie on the beach the whole of tomorrow, because we haven't really done that yet and we both fancy a bit of a beach day. So then we can lie on the beach the whole of that day, and then the 25th we can just drop the van off, maybe see a bit of Brisbane, and then airport and then New Zealand. But we just, everyone we've spoken to has said there's not really much in Brisbane to see, and we're starting to realise that unless we want to just go shopping and like walk around, there's not really much to do. And we don't need to shop and walk around, so we don't know. I also feel I need coffee, I think. I'm like this. It's very quiet here. There's like literally no one here. It's really, really quiet. So I recommend, and it's a Sunday as well, which is weird. Like you'd think there'd be more people, but there's no one. We made the decision, we're heading back to the Gold Coast. We were kind of in two minds about staying in Brisbane for the last couple of nights, because originally we were just gonna drop the van back in Brisbane and leave, and like that was gonna be it. We were just gonna see it for like half a day. Then we decided to go for a couple of days, and if I'm honest, I think both of us really wish that we'd not booked the Gold Coast so quickly, stayed 1 or 2 more nights in Byron and then come over. So yeah, we made a rookie error there. So that's the one reason I would say don't book everything in advance, because when you're on a road trip it's really nice to just like chill, take your time, like go where you want to go, etc. And I really do wish that we'd stayed a couple of extra nights in Byron. Like I think even 1 more night would have been so ideal, especially where we lost like half a day to me having a migraine as well. Like it's kind of a shame because it was my favourite place that we've been. But we cancelled our Brisbane accommodation and we're going back to the place that we were at the last 2 nights, which was Main Beach. I will, like I said, leave all of this down in the description if you want to like go anywhere yourself or whatever, and feel free to obviously ask me any questions, because I can answer anything that you want to know the answer to as best as I can. But yeah, it was really good. Like I really enjoyed Gold Coast. So we're going back, and then we're just gonna have a whole beach day tomorrow, and we're not gonna do anything apart from like eat and lie on the beach, which is gonna be perfection. But Lone Pine Sanctuary was really good. I don't think it was too bad on the price front either, because it worked out at about £26. If you wanted to do the koala experience, it worked out as an extra 26, which wasn't too bad. In fact, no, that's not right. It worked out as being, I think it was like $40 entry and then $35 for the koala hold or something like that. But it's really worthwhile to do the koala hold. The actual sanctuary is very small, so I would say if you do go there, like we could easily have done it in a whole morning and then just like left at lunchtime, but we ended up getting there, I think we got there at like what, 10:30, 11, about 11, and then by 2 o'clock we were like, okay, we've seen everything. A lot of the animals were like, because it was so hot today, a lot of the animals weren't really out, so I think it was kind of like it was a good day to go. I feel like we saw enough. I feel like it was nice to see like kangaroos and stuff, but like actually see them, because we just have like you don't really see them. I'd say it's definitely worth a visit if you wanted to see it. It's not too expensive. Holding the koalas is really cute. Like they are literally just like the softest, like cuddliest little things ever, and it's like holding a big giant teddy bear. And they give you a picture as well, so included in the price of the koala hold is like an actual picture, and the pictures we got are really good, and all the pictures that we saw are really good, so like you're not paying for a crap one, if that makes sense. But it's really nice because now we've just got the memory, we can put it in our photo album, etc. And it's very worthwhile and very like, it's just easy to get around, small, convenient. Like you could do it in half a day and still have loads of time somewhere else if you were staying in Brisbane or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna head back down to the Gold Coast and have a relaxed evening, and then a whole day by the beach tomorrow to chill. Back on the Gold Coast, gang. We decided to stay for a couple more nights on the previous campsite we were at. and I'm so glad we made the decision. It's literally so nice to just know that we can do more here, because there's like a few different places we haven't been to yet. We wanted to have a beach day. It's a little bit overcast, but we're still going to try and sit on the beach for a little bit, and we're going to go sit outside a coffee shop and have like a nice little coffee and stuff on Main Beach, which is like a really nice little strip of shops and stuff. But yeah, I feel really good about the fact we came back here, and I think that's one of the joys of doing like a road trip, because you can, especially if you haven't like booked on, you can just go back to places and like see things that you maybe didn't see, or spend longer somewhere. Like I said, we are still a bit gutted that we didn't spend longer in Byron, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. One of those things, like, it is what it is. And also, if we'd have stayed an extra day anyway, it was raining that whole day, so we wouldn't have been able to do anything. But yeah, that's the joy of having this van, and I'm actually going to miss it quite a lot when we give it back tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna miss being in this van and like cooking dinner and making breakfast and stuff. I don't think I've vlogged that much of like just doing things in the van, like watching TV or like making dinner and stuff, but honestly it's because it's such a faff. Like, it's so hard, especially when there's two of us and such a small kitchen space, and like there's nowhere to really put the camera and stuff, so it's been a challenge. But I did do daily mini vlogs on my TikTok and a few other random little like bits and pieces, so if you want to check those out, I recommend going to my TikTok, which is jessmsheppard. I've got a whole Australia New Zealand playlist which has got all of the mini vlogs in it and like other bits and pieces that I did. But yeah, we're gonna head out to Main Beach Bakery, I think, and get a coffee and then go sit on the beach. But it's only like, it's 10:30 and we're heading out the door. We're about to leave and it starts chucking it down with rain. So didn't quite go to plan, but we're still going to get coffee, because if we stay in this van all day, I think we're gonna go mad. Our little mission has got us to the local on Main Beach, which is like a cute little cafe. They have really good vegan options if you are dairy-free, vegan, whatever. So we're having a cappuccino. We didn't plan to eat, but now we're having banana pancakes and it's like 11 AM. So we're considering it as a early lunch, but we also had a late breakfast. But yeah, it was just nice to sit in it. We're the youngest in here by probably about 40 years. It's 11:11. We're the youngest in, oh, 11:11, and we're at table 11. But we're the youngest in here by about 40 years and enjoying every second of just peace and quiet, to be honest. It's great. Just wish the sun would come back out so we could sunbathe, but I think either way we're still going to go sit on the beach and just like read books and chill, because might as well. Might as well. Got a bit of a phone vlog, but we're on our final drive, which is mental. So this morning was basically spent getting everything sorted, like emptying the toilet, emptying the water tanks, like filling everything up, doing all the like admin-y bits that you have to do before you give it back. But we're currently driving through Brisbane. It's our first time seeing Brisbane. We chose not to spend any time here, which I think I've already mentioned, but it's quite nice to drive through and just like see it. Just wasn't somewhere we planned to stop necessarily, it's just somewhere we're getting the flight from. But honestly, this van has been a dream. I will do a Q&A at some point, like if you've got questions, just leave them in the comments. Actually, maybe that's the best way to do it, that will be our Q&A. Hold on, I need to tell James where to go. Okay, we've got the camera back temporarily, but yeah, it's been a really good like 10, I think it was 11 days total, I think, I'm not sure. But any questions you've got, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them that way, because it's probably the best way to do it. Thanks for watching the vlog, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and there is going to be some more vlogs coming from this trip from New Zealand, which is where we're heading tomorrow. So I'm not going to vlog anything tonight because we're just going to have some downtime, and I'll catch up with you in the New Zealand vlog.